Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, today we're going to look at dreams from the point of view of sweet things. And no, I'm not talking about your latest crush. I'm talking about literally sweet things, desserts, and what they could possibly be saying to the dreamer about how they feel about themselves and about life. Now, if you look at dessert from a psychological standpoint, dreaming about desserts could be representing unfulfilled desires or a need for emotional fulfillment or a sweeter life. I mean, dreams speak in terms of metaphor, as if. So it's like if you're dreaming about sweetness, perhaps that's something that you need more of in your life. Just a thought. Now, Freud believed that dreams about food represented repressed sexual or sensual desires that are too shameful to even vocalize in a proper way, in an obvious way. But Jung, on the other hand, believed that dreams about food was a way of the unconscious mind to express a need for some kind of nourishment, feed our souls in some way, if you will. Now, I know from working with clients, particularly clients when I was doing drug and alcohol counseling, food could be an issue with regard to their drinking or taking drugs. Now, there was one client that I had who we found through conversation and talking about his dreams and doing a visualization, that his mom's apple pie, and no, he wasn't American, he was actually Irish, but we found that whenever he felt like he was going to teeter and fall off the wagon, so to speak, sitting down somewhere quietly and thinking about the experience of having a slice of his mom's homemade apple pie would make that desire to drink go away. So you can see that food is really tied to our psychological states in many ways. And what I have found, and this is purely anecdotal, that people who have had difficult lives, a lot of challenges, and who may have issues around insulin resistance or outright diabetes and other issues around sweet things, feel a lack of, I believe, trying to fill a lack of sweetness in their life. And listen to our expressions that we have: the sweet spot, the sweet life, la dolce vita. All of that, sweetness has become equated with a good life, a happy life. So dreaming about perhaps a decadent piece of chocolate cake may be a desire for more sweetness and pleasure in our lives. I mean, especially chocolate. Chocolate is like the ultimate when it comes to, the sweet life. But perhaps dreaming about a healthy fruit salad may be indicating a need to practice more self-care and well-being, and tending to your well-being. There's also the influence of our cultures and religions that can come into play here as well. For example, if a person in India sees themselves eating their favorite sweets, it may be an indication that a business is going to do well, or that a business is going to grow. If someone is starting a business, this kind of is a harbinger of success. We talk about in Christianity people breaking bread together and as a sign of fellowship, but there's also references in the Bible to sweetness, things being as sweet as honey. And again, the equivalent being the sweet life, the good life. So, in some Eastern traditions, for example, like Buddhism, dessert dreams are a reminder, or perhaps, of the impermanence, the fleeting nature of pleasure, and the importance of being content from the inside out rather than the outside in. And in Mexico, there's a sweet bread that's known as pan dulce, and is associated with celebrations and family gatherings. So dreaming about these different desserts and these traditional sweet things could be a way of evoking nostalgia and pride in one's place, one's culture, one's religion, etc. Now, there could be dreaming about desserts could be about acceptance as well. Unlike other food items that show, sweets in particular are about fulfilling needs, or just being totally decadent and enjoying ourselves. They're sweet, they're wonderful, but they're not substantial. They don't last. You can't live on sweets. So it begs the question here, could there be an area of your life that is lacking in sweetness? Perhaps. So we could say here that dreaming of food, and particularly of sweets, symbolizes fulfilling a need, an empty space, whether it be emotional, spiritual, or even on a physical level in terms of our environment. There may be certain aspects of our lives that we need to pay more attention to, and dreaming about sweets is saying, maybe this isn't so sweet over here. We need to look at this and do something about it. Now, we can look at different permutations about sweets, and we're going to do that briefly. It's a huge subject. There's lots of desserts out there. But if you're dreaming of eating cake, it may be an indication of your love for someone else. It may be it's showing your nurturing and caring side, but you're also indulging in the good things in life, and it just could be an indication that your life is pleasant for you at that time, and there are good things coming your way. Now, however, if you're baking the cake, maybe you're expecting something to happen, because after all, you have to put it in the oven, prepare the batter, put it in the oven, and wait patiently, usually. So this type of dream may be actually a reflection of some kind of desire in your life being fulfilled. Where in your life is there some expectation? Is it around having a child? Is it around a new job or promotion from your current job? Where in your life could there be an expectation of growth? You think of cakes rising. That you need to recognize and celebrate even. I mean, you think about cakes, you have usually as a nice rounder to celebrate something. Now, if you're baking this cake, again, this is a reflection of your hopes, perhaps, and desires for something good to come your way. So, what else? Birthday cakes. Now, that's dreaming about birthday cakes could be symbolizing love and support of those closest to you. I mean, usually you celebrate with others around, and you have a birthday cake that you share with others. Now, these cakes can appear in our dreams when it's time to celebrate some kind of success or a happy occasion of some kind, not necessarily a birthday. So what win or milestone have you reached, perhaps? Are you recognizing and celebrating that milestone? And perhaps the dream is a reminder for you to remember and to reflect on those good things that have been happening for you. Now, we can dream about all kinds of cakes, and we're going to look at briefly some of the types of cakes and what they could possibly be saying to the dreamer. Like a lemon cake, which I would put lemon cake and maybe lemon meringue pie because I like lemon meringue pies. But perhaps that's a suggestion that you will turn a sour situation into a benefit for you. Like I like to say, I take the lemons that people give me and make lemonade. So it's kind of that kind of vibe that you're taking something, a not so sweet situation, and turning it into something more palatable, put it that way. Dreaming about fruitcakes, well, you could take that as a play on words, and it's like, where are there persons acting like fruitcakes? And that's no reflection on anybody's mental state, but we can all kind of lose it for a while and act out of what seems to be out of character. But there's also the suggestion with this dream that you may be developing something new, developing expertise into turning that into something sweet. Maybe a side job, a side hustle that you're kind of, dibbling and dabbling and stuff, but turning it into maybe a successful business. You never know. I mean, there have been lots of businesses that have been started because of dreams, Google being number one. So you never know. I mean, dreaming about wedding cakes, I mean, that's an obvious wish fulfillment, or it could be, wedding nerves that could be indicated here. But could there be something else going on? Anxiety about a wedding or wanting to get married. Again, it's all about context. Were you eating this cake with someone, giving someone a taste with, at the reception? What was going on with that wedding cake? Is it just sitting there looking pretty, or is it actually being used? Carrot cake. Now, this is interesting because I love carrot cake and I like to make carrot cake occasionally. But maybe it's an indicator here that your struggles have come to an end. If you've been, you think about carrots, you have to pull them out of the ground. I mean, they're root vegetables, so they're very grounding, you might say. But maybe you'll get to taste the fruits of your labor, literally. If you have been stuck in the past, perhaps, maybe or have had the stick used against you in the past, now you get to eat the carrot instead. So, I mean, you can look at dreaming about desserts from all kinds of angles. But again, it's always important to link it back to where in your life certain things are happening that evoke the feelings of that dream and whatever that dessert makes you feel. I mean, are they good feelings? Are they neutral feelings? Are they ill feelings? Where in your waking life are you experiencing those feelings that are evoked by this dessert? Now, it may also be dreaming about sweets, could also be on a spiritual level, maybe a look to for a sweeter way of doing things. I mean, it's all according to where we are in our lives and what journey we're on, what the significance of any dream is going to be. Now, on the other hand, from a more scientific level, some researchers have proposed that dreaming about food, including desserts, may actually be related to the way the brain records memory and rewarding systems. So the area of the brain that processes taste and pleasure may actually become activated during dreams about food, which creates a more sensory-rich experience for ourselves. The theory here is that dessert dreams could be a way for the brain to process and consolidate memories about pleasurable experiences. But just as we might daydream about a favorite treat, the mind may replay these pleasant memories and sensations during our sleep hours. So let me ask the question, what sweet dreams do you have? What is the what dessert plays the starring role in your dreams? And what could they possibly be telling you? If you're curious to find out, get in touch and we can have a look and have a talk about it. Doesn't cost you anything, and it may actually contain some information that can help move things in your life that have gotten stuck forward. So there you have it. Sweet things for a sweet life, and what those sweet things are and where are they in your life. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.